2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. Last season, a rough one for the number 1 draft pick Ben Simmons. Had his rookie debut delayed due to injury. Now in his second year in the league, what are we going to see from Ben Simmons, Kenny?
Well, obviously his passing and unselfishness is what got him into the league. Now we're going to see if he can be a scorer. But he has a rare kind of thing of size along with initiating an offense, Shaq.
And
not too many guys I've seen like that.
Not only that, the whole team around him gets better because he makes things easier for his teammates. You know why? Played at LSU, baby. Love Shaq University.
Philadelphia could be a team on the
Love
rise.
Shaq University.
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin Harlan has the call.
I
We'll
didn't
see
know
you
they
later.
changed it.
I changed it.
It's the home of the 76ers here in Philadelphia as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the Wells Fargo Center. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. The 76ers hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. This is a team showing a better record this year over last. This was their goal, and it's coming to fruition so far.
And I think for the 76ers, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the years gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
Abundantly clear. I mean, they can compete with any team in the league, and I think they still have some upside, room for improvement.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. A lot of optimism around young big man Miles Turner. Nate McMillan compared him to LaMarcus Aldridge, who, of course, McMillan coached in Portland. Clark, can you see that?
Oh, no doubt. Both are 6'11"-ish, and both can really shoot the ball. Turner may be a better three-point shooter right now than Aldridge, but I think he's got to grow into being more effective in the post. He's more of a rim protector right now than Aldridge, but like L.A., I think he has a chance to be an all-star.
A 3 from Simmons. Offensive rebound. He got right to the cup using that screen.
And this is what you get with Embiid. A real scrapper, even though he's a big, skilled, talented guy. He's an energy guy as well.
Now here's Collison. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Nailed from three-point land.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
And here's Fultz. Thaddeus Young getting it to go from deep. Fultz dishes to Johnson. And there's the feed to Fultz. Lays it up and banks it in. Fultz has got his first basket.
Man, I love the energy Fultz plays with, Kevin. I mean, when he's deep in the paint, he's really comfortable going up to shoot it.
Outside Collison. Outside Bogdanovich. Turner with a screen on Simmons. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Excellent concentration from the deep. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
Bogdanovich grabs the miss. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Collison kicks to Turner. Looking for Young. He gets it there. Johnson with the block.
Excellent defensive commitment that time from Johnson. He's always there and present.
So they take the lead. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Collison kicks to Young. Turner with the screen. Young passes to Turner. Tries again. Here's Bogdanovich. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Bogdanovich has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Collison. The pass to Reddick. Simmons against Bogdanovich. 5 on the clock. With the shot. Simmons missing again.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
That free throw, no good. And the Pacers have lived on mid-range jump shots for sure.
Yeah, they've got guys who can make them now. I mean, nevertheless, the way the league's going, it's hard to score at an elite level without getting more threes and baskets at the rim. I mean, it's pretty clear that threes and paint points are how you survive and do well in the league.
Good on the second free throw.
And, you know, Oladipo is one of those multifaceted players. I mean, he can do just about anything you ask of him when he's on the court.
Embiid the screen. Johnson outside. Pass to Simmons. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Simmons got his second basket of the game.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Turner with the screen for Collison. Young in the corner. Right side, Collison. He dishes it to Turner. Embiid with the steal. Now here's Reddick, the fast break opportunity. Fultz, no good. For the Pacers, they come in off a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game, because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking. I mean, you hate to lose in OT, no matter how hard you played. You want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
Here's Fultz, following the score by Miles Turner over Collison. Embiid. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Really like the attitude from Embiid. I mean, he's sending a message that you better put a body on him. When you don't, he does this.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's coming off a 19-point game against Cleveland. Over Fultz. Oladipo misses. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Embiid. They get it back. Basket is good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, that time not to be denied. Johnson shrugging off the contact to finish the play.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line. One shot.
And that one falls for Johnson. And the Sixers, Clark, this summer traded away a pick to move up and take Markelle Fultz, but still they have a surplus of draft picks in the pipeline.
Great young talent, no doubt, guys, with more on the horizon. You know what? They've got a wealth of assets that should transform this Sixers team over the next few seasons.
Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
No good on that one. And with a lot of players changing their team in the offseason, Clark, I know a hard part of going to that new team is learning how to play with a new teammate.
You know what? I never had a chance to experience that as an NBA player being traded, but I watched guys go through it, and you're right. It is difficult, much more so than people think, because you're adjusting to a different style, a different chemistry and vibe with your new teammates, and it takes a little while to figure out how you best fit in with your skill set to your new team.
Now here's Fultz, who played real well against Atlanta in that last game. Johnson outside, shoots the three. Simmons dishes to Embiid, and the shot goes in. Embiid's got 6. And the Pacers with possession here. They trail by 3. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Dave, guys, how hard a job is it going to be to keep this team's shooting percentage down?
It's going to be very difficult. I mean, they move the ball well. They've got players who can go off if the defense isn't solid through and through.
And, you know, that's the important part. You've got to be locked in defensively, countering their ball movement with active, aggressive, communicating defense. I mean, that's really the only way to keep their shooters from getting comfortable.
Here's Fultz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Now it's a 7-point Philadelphia lead.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Johnson. Robert Covington comes in for Ben Simmons. Luwawu is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. The shot comes out. Good D by Stevenson. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. The free throw drops for Leaf. And Paul George traded away by the Pacers over the summer. A move they didn't want to make, but the writing was on the wall.
You know what? It's always hard, Kevin, to lose a superstar player, but the Pacers had really been unable to create a contender around Paul George, and therefore they had to trade him because they didn't think he was going to sign. As a matter of fact, he clearly stated he would not re-sign at the end of his contract with the Pacers. So traded to OKC, and Paul George still intrigued by the possibility of maybe playing for his hometown Lakers at the end of his contract.
Now here's Jefferson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Beautiful touch from the center. Jefferson showing just how powerful he is in the paint.
Holmes sets a screen. Now here's Covington. Defense is right there, and they pick up 2.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Feasting on those backboards. I love that physicality.
Pass to Leaf. Indiana moving the ball around. And Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. Misses the baby hook.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Now, here's McConnell following the miss by Al Jefferson. Holmes sets a screen. Here's Luwawu. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And it's an 8-point 76ers lead. Joseph with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. There's the pick. Fires for 3. Not going to go that time. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And how about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Yeah, I agree. And communication is effort, and effort is communication. Very talkative out there, yelling out screens, giving each other help. Boy, that was a terrific all-around effort.
Philadelphia with the ball. The Pacers making the shot. Here's Luwawu, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Passes to Holmes. Over Jefferson. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Pacers trail by 8. Stevenson outside. To the inside. Jefferson passing to Joseph. Rebounded by Holmes. Philadelphia's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. That pushes it to double digits.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. I mean, you've got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
Here's Luwawu. Covington wide open. He fires. Lance Stevenson grabs the board. And it's Joseph in the corner. Stevenson left side. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Now, here's Holmes. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And there's the pass to McConnell. That shot, no good. Jefferson with some nice D. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Boy, awful defending, really. But in the end, they dodged the bullet. They can't let shooters get clean looks from outside.
Got a hand on it. Now, here's Joseph. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Over McConnell. And good as it rattles through the hoop. Joseph's got his first basket.
And the D just a step slow, reacting to the step back.
They set the pick. McConnell. And that does it for the first quarter. 76ers lead by 6. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
You know, and listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got Leaf. Corey Joseph is out there with Lance Stevenson. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Sabonis in at the 4.
A lot of losing in Philadelphia. Just 47 wins over 3 seasons from 2013 to 2016. That's the second worst 3-year stretch in NBA history.
Now here's Joseph. Just his first attempt. Sabonis, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Simmons. Lets it go from 11. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6. Here's Joseph. Score of the basket is third after 5 shots. And Clark, for the Sixers, it seems they're finally headed in the right direction.
Well, I think that's the benefit of patience and all of those high draft picks, Kevin. I mean, some people don't like how they did it, but they rebuilt the roster from the ground up, and I think it gives them a strong foundation going forward.
Here's Simmons. The Pacers making the shot. And Jefferson sends it back.
Great seeing Jefferson show us some defense there, Kevin. I mean, with his length, he rejects shots when he jumps and times it right.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team. And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
The first one falls.
Well, the Pacers players have been a little bit outspoken, saying we need an identity. We need more toughness and ruggedness. Not the biggest team, built more on athleticism and speed, so they've got to be scrappy.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Johnson comes in for Anderson. J.J. Redick's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. And Joseph drops them both. And you think about toughness for the Pacers, Clark, where do they have to focus?
I think they've got to focus on shoring up the paint, get a little more presence there. Love Miles Turner and his potential. Defensive rebounding was an issue for this team, and too much interior scoring allowed as well. So they've got to have a presence in that paint defensively.
Here's Embiid. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Turner with the screen. Here's Joseph. Doesn't go that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. And here we go. Fast break. Fultz has got it. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 3 assists tonight. Now here's Joseph. He's guarded closer. Thaddeus Young on the wing. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Fultz dishes to Simmons. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Ben Simmons putting on over 30 pounds of muscle going into his rookie season. Do you think there was any connection between that extra weight and the broken bone he suffered in his foot?
I could certainly understand why people might speculate that, but I'm not going to go there. Clearly, strength is more important than additional weight. And those kinds of injuries do tend to show up because of overuse, though, Kevin. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And, you know, anytime your game is compared to LeBron James, that's a heavy mantle, no doubt about it. But, you know, with Simmons' size and point guard skills, I certainly can appreciate where people might make that comparison and can actually see some mild similarities.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Joseph. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And Simmons at 6'10", a rare combination of size, strength, athleticism, and elite playmaking ability.
No question, Kevin. He's a drive and kick dime dropper supreme. I mean, this guy whips bullet passes with ease and great vision and plays downhill, too.
The 76ers leading by 6. Dishes to Fultz. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
Turner with a screen on Redick. Turner with a screen for Collison. It's deflected.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz. And I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
Now here's Simmons. He had 16 points in the win against Atlanta.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Oladipo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Embiid.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years, and a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
And he makes the first. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
Second free throw, no good. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State and a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros.
And the first one at the line is good.
And the Pacers really have been one of the more consistent franchises in the NBA over the last 15 years or so. They've not won fewer than 32 games or drafted higher than 10th since 1989. That's a pretty impressive run of consistency.
He's perfect from the line this time. And the Pacers always find a way to hold their own, but still searching for that first NBA championship.
Yeah, you know, it's tough for every team, but in a smaller market, they don't feel they can afford to totally tear down the roster with a full rebuild. Indianapolis, as great a city as it is, not a free agent destination, so that makes it tough to build a title contender. You have to do it primarily through the draft and smart acquisitions.
Here's Simmons after Darren Collison's bucket. Shoots off the screen, and that one's good. Simmons got 6 in the quarter.
It really is a thing of beauty watching Simmons in screen and roll situations. I mean, he's a manipulative master when it comes to tearing apart the defense.
The shot by Turner, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Now Collison after J.J. Redick's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Young. Makes it off the glass. Young's got 7 points in the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Embiid. A 23-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
Yeah, but you can't talk about his performance without mentioning what he did defensively in terms of shot blocking. He was a force of nature.
Oladipo against Redick. From about 16, no good off the front iron.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Here's Collison, and the rejection by Embiid.
And Embiid is a determined defender. I mean, swatting away shots. He's got excellent reach and timing. Makes him a good shot blocker.
And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Yep, it counts.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Now here's Simmons. 10 points for him. Over Bogdanovich. Kept alive. Johnson kicks to Simmons. Embiid wide open. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 3rd assist on the night. Pacers trail by 8. And here's Collison to the paint, and the rejection by Embiid.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Bogdanovich. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Simmons. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Simmons got 12 points in the game.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Here's Collison. Kicks to Oladipo. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. No good on the triple.
And just not able to find the target from 3-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down 1 in the first.
Johnson against Bogdanovich. It's taken away by Collison. The dish now to Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Clark, trying to find players that complement each other is such a big factor in the NBA. How much do differing styles of play matter for a low block pairing, for instance?
Kevin, I think it's critical. You need guys that have complementary skills. Somebody that can score it with his back to the basket deep in the post. And then that other big guy has to be more versatile. He has to be a good passer from every angle in the post area. And he has to be a guy who can make shots from that 12 to 17-foot range. So you have the kind of spacing that's ideal for two good inside players.
McConnell passes to Embiid. Tries yet again. He can't get that one to fall. Jefferson with some nice D. Pass to Leaf from the arc. Rebound by the 76ers. Holmes got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Covington kicks to McConnell. That one dropped for his 2nd bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Collison. Feeds it to Jefferson. Here's Leaf. The 3-pointer no good. The 76ers leading by 8. McConnell in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Stevenson. That shot is off.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
And so here is Indiana. 76ers getting the bucket. Chalk up 2 there. Stevenson's got his 2nd bucket.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the lens.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside. Well, I tell you what, he's putting together quite a game here, knocking down shots and building upon this lead.
Screen by Jefferson. Collison dishes to Jefferson. Good D by Embiid.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds. He brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
And he can't get the first one. And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
You know, I love his toughness. He's got quick feet, a strong lower base, and, you know, he gets into you, and he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
And the 76ers making a change here. Anderson's checked in.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Here's Sabonis. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Man, it's fun to watch Jefferson do his thing. I mean, the defense has no chance when he's locked in.
Now, here's McConnell. Anderson the screen. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Collison. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up the baseline. A shot by McConnell, no good. Pacers trail by 9. Here's Stevenson. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 6 rebounds here tonight. Covington kicks to McConnell. 76ers moving the ball around. Holmes. He feeds it to Anderson. Yep, it counts. Anderson's got the lead up to 11 now for the 76ers.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Now Collison. The shot from 20 feet away.
I like the ferocity, the tenacity, that edge that Anderson plays with, especially on defense where he's always locked in.
And that does it for the first half of play. Philadelphia ahead, up 11. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
I think we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. Joel Embiid having an outstanding game. He ended up with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You never heard me say scrap heap before, Ernie. I don't even know what it means. It just sounded good.
Kenny, what did you think about Indiana?
Their three-point shooters struggle to get into a rhythm. It's a mental thing. You start clanking them, and your teammates start. It's contagious. Now, percentage-wise, shooting in the low 30s, it's not horrific, but it's not great. And they have to improve their accuracy from deep in the second half, or they're going to have a hard time coming back.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back, folks. A glorious view of the lights of downtown Philadelphia, America's most historic city. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Fultz and Luwawu team together to make the backcourt. Amir Johnson is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Embiid in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Philadelphia leading by 9. There's a good screen. Embiid the screen. Johnson, the pass to Simmons. Nice D from Oladipo. Turner with it in the corner. Collison with it. And the rejection by Embiid. Fultz kicks to Redick from about 19 feet. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. That one, no good. Good D by Embiid. There's Philadelphia. Over in the corner, Fultz. From outside, off the mark.
And, you know, they don't have it right now. I mean, missing their first 3 shots so far this half, slow start.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Pacers.
And they haven't been able to exploit the 3 from the corner. Maybe some better ball movement would help open the floor and get that shot into their arsenal.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Oladipo. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The 76ers leading by 8. Stolen by Collison. Redick against Oladipo. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 5 assists in the game. Now here's Fultz. D right on him. Inside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
The first one falls.
You know, you got to love watching Embiid play the game because he has such great passion and really a drive to be great.
And Embiid drops them both.
You know, the motto in Philadelphia over recent years, in the midst of one of the most patient rebuilding efforts in NBA history, was trust the process. I love that. Hard to do, but certainly worth pursuing. And Joel Embiid has made it his nickname. Joel, the process, Embiid.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
The offensive rebound. Collison kicks to Turner. Here's Oladipo. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Boy, it's hard to overstate the strength of Oladipo. Sometimes you just can't shake this guy off his shot.
And Clark fans know they can chant "trust the process" as Embiid is at the line. Do you like that nickname?
Well, it's more a bumper sticker than a nickname, and I like it, though. I like trusting the process. As a nickname, I'd give it thumbs down, but clearly Embiid has given these Sixers fans a lot of hope for the present and future.
The free throw drops for Oladipo. The 76ers leading by 7. Fultz kicks to Johnson. Fultz dishes to Redick. Clock at 6. Shot, high post, up again, and Embiid is right there. Embiid's got 6 in the quarter.
And Embiid is HE efficient. That's super efficient, folks. When he gets cooking, the defense knows they're in for a long night.
Now here's Joseph. 9 points in the game so far. He kicks to Oladipo. Here's Young. Johnson with the block. Here's Fultz. It's Redick on the wing. Simmons on the wing. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Teardrop shot. Here's Embiid. Good work defensively by Turner. Pacers trail by 9. Here's Oladipo. Indiana again missing. Fultz kicks to Redick. They grabbed their own miss. And that one's good. Simmons.
What an incredible effort from Simmons, using his length extremely well when he's crashing the glass.
Timeout called, the Pacers. Thinking back to the great Warrior team from last year, Clark, how do you place them in a historical context for what they accomplished?
Well, they're on the short list of one of the great teams of all time in terms of winning a championship and what they did throughout the season to do so. You'd have to consider them as one of the outstanding teams in the history of the NBA.
The Pacers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Screened by Young. Oladipo outside. Off the pick. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And when you give Oladipo a running start, he's going to torch you, plain and simple.
Philadelphia leading by 9. Embiid the screen. Johnson outside. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And what patience from Simmons on offense. I mean, really skilled at making the defense get a little shaky when he has the ball.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
That free throw, no good.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
And he's good on the second. Pacers trail by 10. And Bogdanovich kicks to Oladipo. Lets it go with a 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Embiid. He's got 21. 5 to shoot. Here's Redick, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Pacers shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. Joseph, the pass to Bogdanovich. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last. Here's Redick. The feed to Embiid. Now here's Fultz. Johnson with a screen on Joseph. Here's Fultz. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Young's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Here's Embiid, rejected by Young.
Thaddeus Young using that expansive wingspan to put that shot in reverse.
The shot by Turner, no good. Philadelphia leading by 10. Outside, Redick. And here's Fultz. Outside, Simmons. Just 4 to shoot. With some arc, here's Johnson. Goes up again. Shot clock reset for Philadelphia. Simmons missing again.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
Shot to end this cold run. Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Thaddeus Young.
You've got to give Brett Brown, I think, just a ton of credit for holding the Sixers locker room together over the years. Brutally difficult to lose and keep fighting and playing hard and playing together. He's created, along with those players, a culture of hard work and effort, and they are not skipping steps along the way. And eventually, folks, that will pay off in good play.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Anderson comes in for Simmons. Robert Covington's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jefferson's checked in for Miles Turner. Sabonis comes in for Thaddeus Young. Leaf checked in for Bogdanovich. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And for Brett Brown, don't you think his positivity as a person and his love for coaching have helped lift the team through those down years, Clark?
And I don't think there's any question about that, Kevin. He knew it was going to be a tall task, actually taller than any of us could articulate. He stayed optimistic and realistic at the same time, demanding yet being patient, keeping his team focused the right way and on the right things. It's really an outstanding job and a commitment from management and ownership to stay the course because they think he's the right guy. So very impressive on all fronts.
Here's McConnell, and the shot falls short this time.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
The Pacers have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. And Philadelphia making a change here. Luwawu checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That one misses for Stevenson.
When Lance Stevenson is focused, he's very dangerous, has a ton of talent, good, strong physical body, athletic, versatile. He does a lot of good things out there.
Now here's Anderson. Here's Holmes using his post move to get the 2 points. Holmes got 7.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
Shot off the screen. That one a little long.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
McConnell passes to Luwawu. To the middle, here's Holmes. And Stevenson pulls it in. Stevenson's got 4 rebounds in this game. The 3 from Joseph. The rebound by Luwawu. The 76ers leading by 10. Stolen by Stevenson. And now running up the court, Stevenson pushing it up. Here's Sabonis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I look at Sabonis as a terrific stretch 4. He's a guy who can play either power forward or center, and he has excellent length and a nice touch.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Two shots.
Free throw good. Sabonis. And Nate McMillan, formerly an assistant in Indiana, now the head coach. Do you think it's tough to succeed another head coach that, Clark, you worked under?
I imagine there would be some awkwardness there, but in his case, it wasn't a mid-season transition. It was at the end of a season, so that certainly helps. Frank Vogel simply wasn't re-signed, was not fired, was not replaced, just wasn't re-signed. And I think all of that made it a little easier for Nate.
Now here's Anderson. Holmes, that's a screen. Luwawu has 3-pointers off the mark. Pacers trail by 8. Here's Sabonis. Jefferson's shot is off.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
The 76ers leading by 8. Now McConnell. 7 points in the game. Stolen by Stevenson.
Yeah, the lead dwindling quickly here now as the turnovers have robbed them of their momentum.
Poor decisions have led to 4 points given away, and that number will continue to grow until they sharpen and tighten things up out there.
Pass to Luwawu. Here's Holmes. He's guarded by Stevenson. Now here's McConnell. Defense right on him. Over Joseph. A shot by McConnell, no good. Pacers trail by 6. Pass to Leaf. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Got a piece of it. Here's Llewellyn. Passes it to McConnell. Here's Llewellyn. Holmes sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. They get it again. Back to McConnell. The three. A three-pointer is right on target. McConnell's got 10 points.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
They set the screen. Jefferson kicks to Sabonis. Screen by Jefferson. Sabonis, the pass to Jefferson. Shoots over Covington. Jefferson's shot is off.
That's exactly how you want to play it defensively, Kevin. I mean, getting a hand up to distract and bother the shooter. Not easy to stop somebody this deep inside.
Anderson. Here's Holmes. No good on the three. Pacers trail by 9. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Fultz.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Lance Stevenson. Darren Collison. He's checked in for Joseph. Free throws good from Lance Stevenson. The 76ers leading by 7. There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Sabonis. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Sabonis has got 4 points in the quarter. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Well, let's see how they play the clock.
Back to McConnell. 27 seconds left in the third. Here's Llewellyn. He's guarded by Stevenson. The 76ers with another miss. Outside Collison. Fires from deep. Drills the three-pointer. And now just a 2-point 76ers lead.
DC accurate from long range when he gets a clean look. He's lights out.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. 76ers lead by 2. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Here's McConnell. On the court for Indiana. Sabonis is out there with Al Jefferson. And there's Collison. Then it's Lance Stevenson. And it's Leaf in at the small forward position. Now here's Covington. It's rebounded by Jefferson. Jefferson's got 9 rebounds now tonight. To the middle to tie it up. Sabonis, no good.
They came close there to tying it up.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the 4th, that would have been a big bucket for him.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
A nice shot by Collison. Philadelphia shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. And the pass to Covington. Now here's Holmes. Anderson the screen. They set the pick. Pass to McConnell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Releases from 15. Sabonis grabs the board. And here are the Pacers now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Screen by Jefferson. Sabonis kicks to Stevenson, and he banks in the layup. And the Pacers lead by 2.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Holmes, that's a screen. Covington's shot is off.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. And if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Now, here's McConnell, following the miss by Al Jefferson. Luwawu trying his luck deep, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And the 76ers with some changes. Ben Simmons comes in for Justin Anderson, and it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. In Indiana with a change here, too. Turner's checked in. The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Screen by Jefferson. Collison kicks to Jefferson. He dishes it to Stevenson. Shot from free throw range. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Simmons got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Over Jefferson. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist from Fultz. 17 points for Ben Simmons. Collison kicks to Jefferson. Here's the screen. The drive by Collison, and here's Stevenson for 3. The shot, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. It's off to Utah for them after this game as they take on the Jazz. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Outside Collison. Stevenson outside, dishes it to Turner. Back to Stevenson. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. It's taken away by Collison. And now Stevenson running the floor all by himself.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Fultz kicks to Covington. Holmes, that's a screen. They set the pick, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you'd like to out there.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Johnson comes in for Robert Covington. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Luwawu. And Oladipo kicks to Bogdanovic. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Philadelphia's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And yes, it's good. Embiid's got 23 points.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Now, here's Oladipo. The dish to Turner. And stolen by Redick. Fultz with the ball. Johnson the screen. Fultz, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And the one thing that you got to love about Markelle Fultz is his versatility. I mean, he's got the size, the passing and scoring ability to succeed at either guard position. He's almost Westbrookish.
He misses the free throw. And you ask the scouts about Fultz, he has the complete game.
You know, Kevin, he checks all the boxes. Athleticism, the size to play above the rim, and above all, I think the feel for the game is quite apparent when you watch him play.
So he comes up empty at the line. And you see Markelle Fultz and how he plays. Wasn't his hype coming into college, but he changed that tune after one season.
And in that final year, Fultz grew a full 3 inches. I think that helped move him into the elite prospect range. At 6'5", with that 6'10" wingspan, he has the special size that you look for, and really was the lone bright spot on an otherwise underachieving college team.
That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, and you know, it's important that Fultz continue to develop his in-between game because he knows when to pull up.
Outside Collison to the paint. And Turner the bucket on the assist by Collison. Turner's got it all tied up now for Indiana. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Outside, Simmons. And the layup's good off the glass. Simmons got 4 points now in the quarter.
And I like watching Simmons go to work down low. I mean, with his length and strength, there aren't many guys that can keep up with him down there.
Outside Collison. And here's Young from the arc. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Left side Collison. It's deflected. Redick is in the corner. It's stolen by Oladipo. Collison kicks to Young. Shot's good by Turner. And it's a 3-point Pacer lead. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Indiana leading by 3. Now here's Collison. Young outside. Johnson with the block. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. The Pacers making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Six to shoot. And the rejection by Embiid. Redick against Oladipo. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Oladipo dishes deep.
With his athleticism, dunks like that are pedestrian for Young.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Fultz kicks to Simmons. The dish to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Embiid's got 10 points here in the second half.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
And finished off by Oladipo.
You know, what I like about what I've seen in Oladipo is that it's obvious he's put a lot of work in to becoming a better offensive player. And he can really get it going in a hurry now.
One shot.
free throw drops for Oladipo. The 76ers trail by 6. Redick passes to Johnson. In the corner, Simmons with it. And Young comes over to help, and it's Johnson with the jam.
Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently, the vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
And that one misses. Pacers leading by 4. And Joseph kicks to Turner. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Young. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Pass eating. Here's Redick. And the shot no good, a bit short. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And it's Oladipo that time on the assist from Joseph. Oladipo's got the lead up to 6 now for the Pacers. Volch kicks to Johnson. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Embiid, rejected by Young. Embiid with the steal. Outside, Redick. Johnson outside, kicks to Redick. Here's Embiid. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Embiid's got 12 points in just the second half.
Really like seeing Embiid exert his will, be assertive here. I mean, getting whatever shot he wants inside.
And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. And Embiid pulls it down.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Redick against Oladipo. And Simmons kicks to Johnson. And it's sent back by Turner. And the shot goes in from Embiid. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th. And here is Joseph. Feeds to Bogdanovich. Young outside. Back to Bogdanovich. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Good on the triple. Oladipo's got 22.
And you know, Oladipo back in 2013 was a number 2 overall pick in the draft and is showing a lot of promise. He's really taking over the game in key stretches here.
Now here's Redick. And that's going to be a travel. Robert Covington's checked in for Simmons. And the Pacers also making a change. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Joseph. Outside Collison. Oladipo dishes to Young. He feeds it to Bogdanovich. The drive by Collison, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Markelle Fultz.
Boy, you go back to Darren Collison's career at UCLA, very distinguished, and he's turned himself into a starting caliber pro, too.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Timeout called the 76ers. They trail by 7. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Darren Collison.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this, and on the road no less. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth. 4-3, Covington. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Man, I tell you what, you just really got to admire and respect the fearlessness of Covington. Never backs away from taking a crucial shot.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. And Simmons, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And he ends up missing both free throws.
And while Young is serviceable at the line, not terrible, there's still a lot of room for improvement.
Fultz, no good. And so they foul intentionally. It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 5. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Whatever it is, got to be fast. I mean, can't waste any time at this point.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle with his team. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. We'll see what they can do, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. And there's the feed to Johnson. From deep. And so the Pacers take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Victor. You've been really playing well on offense of late. What's going right for you at that end of the floor?
Patience, man, experience, belief, faith, all the above, man. Just coming out here working on my game. I'm just going to continue to keep growing, continue to keep staying close to my teammates, continue to keep working hard, and continue to keep getting better.
That is a crowded locker room with all those things in there. Thanks, Victor. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.